Hey, what's going on, everybody? Biffer Sandy here, and today I've got an exciting sneak peek for the brand new familiar in the upcoming Bit Harvest event for 2024. So let's just jump right into the event announcement / news, and then we'll dive into the new familiar and what leaks I've got. Okay, so here's the news post on Steam talking about the Bit Harvest, and you can see in the background there's obviously some of the cool cosmetics, and we'll analyze this picture a little bit here in a moment, but let me just read through the announcement for you guys. Bit Harvest, harvest or be harvested. Honestly sounds like a threat. So save the Bit Harvest, defeat mutant plants to earn rewards, bonuses, and great deals. Oh yeah. Mutant root vegetables have invaded the town and are ruining this year's Bit Harvest Festival. Oh no. Sardonyx is visiting to help solve the problem. Bring evil root trophies. Okay, so I think it's safe to say that this will be the Sardonyx currency is evil root trophies. And we'll bring evil root trophies to Sardonyx to exchange for cool rewards, including new cosmetic items, pets, and mounts. Okay, good. So the way I read this is actually the Sardonyx event will have the mounts this year, so that's really exciting. Daily bonuses will be doubled. Booyah, we are so back. For the duration of this event, and you can also expect to find great deals on gems, materials, resources, and more. And then here we go, the new familiar. Meet Rugullotis Rumicullaris. I probably butchered that, but I'm going with it. These are going to be the newest fusion and only available during this event. Are they the root of all this trouble? Okay, so getting a little punny there. But yeah, basically we know Sardonyx is going to be back. We do have double daily bonuses, which is my preferred bonuses. Love to see it. Looks like we'll have new items, pets, new cosmetic equipment, pets, and mounts in the Sardonyx shop. Redeemable for the evil root trophies, so that is awesome. And then this picture in the background, let me pull this up. So I was able to get this picture, and you can see here, like, obviously this is going to be some of the cosmetics. You know, you got this pumpkin dude, you got this like fly trap man, cactus guy, gosh, some sort of flower here. This one looks super creepy. Another flower here, and then I believe this is going to be a mount. It almost looks like it has like praying mantis arms with like a huge like carnivorous plant like mouth almost. And then over here, I believe this is going to be another mount, and this looks like a pumpkin tank. You know, he's got the rolling tracks, of course, like almost like a jack-o'-lantern face. You know, he's not carved. He looks like he's got a real face, but really cool. And of course, they've all seemed to have weapons. Like here's a pumpkin weapon. Here's like a fly trap, huge stick. Like not quite a rose, but some sort of flower weapon. I'm not sure if this is a pet right here, but it's got, you know, some type of face. It might be an offhand. These could be main hands and offhands, you know, main hand flower, offhand rose. Hard to tell right now, but we'll know soon as this is going live on Thursday, the 21st. So that's what I know from the news post, and, you know, publicly available, everybody can see that. What I do have a sneak peek on, though, is provided by the Bit Heroes team, is a look into Rugullotis Rumicullaris. So just pulling up this quick little sort of info sheet that I crafted up with the information. You know, we can see him here. He looks like somewhere between like a grub, a worm, and a caterpillar. And his description is, Rugumz now has carnivorous instincts and drinks water, which is healthy too, so it's fine. That's kind of goofy. And then we can see his fusion schematic is simply going to take 3 Rugumz plus 20,000 gold. So if you want to fully stable him, you know, you'll need 6 of these. So 6 times 3 Rugumz is going to be 18 to get a single fully stabled Rugullotis Rumicullaris. That is a lot of dungeon bosses to get a fully stabled one. So let's look through and see if he's worth it here. Really quick, just pulling up Rugumz so you guys can compare like visually. You know, Rugumz is kind of this like, you know, like worm, grub, slimy guy. You know, his description, a slimy, stinky stench follows this creature everywhere. The sewage it lives in helps mask the smell. Dude, this must be the stinkiest thing in existence, holy crap. And then just looking back at Rugullotis, you know, he maintains that same shape, but instead of laying in literal sewage, he's laying in water, which is healthy, so that's good. So now we at least know, you know, what the new familiar is and how we get them. Let's talk about the bonuses, stats, and abilities here. So the bonus, he's got 30% chance to drain and gain 1 SP from a random enemy at the start of your turn, plus 15% revitalize. Now, for those of you that might not know, revitalize just means, revitalize is kind of like lifesteal. Basically, you damage the enemy and its spread heals your team for a portion of that damage. So in this case, 15%. That chance to basically steal 1 SP from random enemy is pretty useful, you know, especially as we go a little deeper. I'll spoil the news here that he is a DPS familiar. Having extra SP, basically almost 1 out of every 3 turns, you know, 3 out of 10 turns, he's going to be stealing SP. It helps him deal damage, and it limits your enemies from dealing damage, you know, taking their SP. That's very, very strong. Just looking at his stats here, he is epic, so you can see that his total comes to 95%, 31% in power, 23.8% in stamina, and 40.2% in agility. This is honestly super, super nice to see for stats on a DPS. I like to hover right around that 20% health and go heavy into agility with some power, and that is exactly what Rugullotis has here. So really strong looking stat spread for a DPS. So let's take a look at the skills here. For a 0 SP Carnivorous Bite, deal earth damage to closest enemy for 33% 3 times. That is a good ability. First off, it does earth damage, so unless they have specifically earth resistance, this is cutting through a lot of damage reduction sources. And then second off, it hits 3 times. So if you have a good when you hit enemy brain on Rugullotis, the 0 SP is going to have 3 chances to trigger that brain. That is pretty strong for a 0 SP. And then we look at the 1 SP skill, Root Snare, and it is Root's strongest enemy for 192%. First off, that's a kind of a disgustingly high number. 192% is kind of a bomb for 1 SP skill. So that's not only very strong, it does attack the strongest enemy, which is very likely going to be the tank. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. However, 192 bomb is kind of nuts. And then also it does what's called Root. And I'll just pull up the wiki here. Just really quick, Root applies a stack of Root. Okay, obvious. You can get up to 4 stacks. Each stack lasts for 4 turns. And basically, Root reduces the damage from the target that you rooted for 3%, up to a maximum of 12%. So basically, he's able to root the enemy for 1 SP and weaken them. Going on to the 2 SP here, Leaf Blades. That is also going to be a root. This one damages target enemy for 180%. So this is for 2 SP, you know, twice as expensive as the 1 SP, and it does a little less damage, but you are able to do it on a target enemy, so that's really useful. Jumping down to the next 2 SP skill, we have Spore Burst, which is root a random enemy for 86% 3 times. Now 86% times 3 is 258%. So that is a huge hit, right? Here's what's really nice about it. It hits 3 times, giving the Brain Augment 3 chances at triggering. It also roots 3 times, making the enemy, you know, up to 9% weaker. You know, -3, -3, -3, 9% right there. And then also, and this happens to be the case for pretty much every damage random enemy, but 258% for 2 SP is very strong as well. So I love using random skills. They almost always hit the hardest. And especially if you're just facing one enemy, it's guaranteed to hit them. Using random skills is so, so nice. So I love that ability. That's pretty strong. And then we have the big 3 SP called Nurturing Vines. That is simply just a spread heal and spread shield for 50%. So he does have a little bit of team sustain as well if you are in a pinch. So my thoughts on Rugullotis, you know, I really like his bonus, stealing SP and revitalize. I really like his stats, you know, heavy in agility. And some of his abilities are looking pretty good. You know, I really like his 0 SP and his 1 SP. There's a lot of battles where you can only bring 3 familiars to, and you're stuck choosing, okay, you know, do I want to bring a DPS? Do I want to bring a support? Especially if you're a tank player, you know this. Rugullotis kind of fills both roles. Because when he deals damage, he has that revitalize, your team is getting healed every time he does damage. Also, because he deals root, I know it's not exactly a heal, however, weakening the enemy means they'll do less damage to your team as well, making heals less needed. And then of course he literally does have the heal button as well for that 3 SP in a pinch. Yeah, no, he looks really, really good, especially for just an epic familiar. As far as I know, he's going to be epic. You know, the stats provided to me added up to 95%, so I'm running on an assumption there. It's very possible that he could be a legendary and those stats get bumped up just a hair. We'll have to see on Thursday when Bit Harvest goes live. So yeah, that's pretty much all the information I have for Rugullotis Rumicullaris. Do I think he's going to replace Lurky for the #1 DPS in Bit Heroes? I don't think so, but he is pretty dang strong. And honestly, if I wasn't so close to Lurky, I would make him and use him. Like he's very good, especially since you just need Rugumz. And really quick, I actually am almost embarrassed I didn't look where Rugumz comes from. Morgarath in Rugumz's sewer is where you get Rugumz. So for a tier 6 epic DPS, very, very viable. I could see him being very strong with bonus speed augments, just giving him more turns, making his bonus that steals SP at the beginning of his turn happen more often, as well as letting him pump out damage, you know, just very, very strong. I could see speed augments being best in slot for him. But yeah, that's all the information we have on Bit Harvest as of right now. Please let me know in the comments if you're looking forward to Rugullotis Rumicullaris or any of the new cosmetics that we looked at in the Bit Harvest. I want to take a quick second to say thank you so much to all of my current channel members, as well as my current stream boss. Thank you, Jason Baker, for supporting on stream. That's going to be all for this one, everybody. Best of luck in the Bit Harvest event, and until next time, take care, and good luck with your grind.